Okay, so basically we thought you as viewers probably don't know anything about Irum or myself, Adeel. So what we thought was we'd interview each other, kind of talk to each other a bit about ourselves in two separate videos, and that way you guys would have a bit more of an idea as to who we are. So in this video, we want to find out a bit more about Irum.
Ta-da!
Now, just a bit of a background. Irum is literally one of the most hardworking women that I know in Islamabad, and to be honest, there's not many hardworking people as a whole. No, not crazy hardworking like you. I mean, your work ethic is mad. Like I've seen you work. Yeah,
Thanks.
and so you know, thought let's start off with the basics. How did you, or where did you start from?
Okay, so I've been working for almost a decade now, take care, because I started working, since college. So it's almost been like 8, 9 years. And
Since
I
college.
basically I started working with like normal article writing and translation work mostly.
Really?
Yeah, and a little bit of event management.
Okay.
So it just grew on me somehow, and then I start of course, since I'm a writer, so I started compiling for my first book.
Yeah.
So like somehow just like
And so we'll get into your books in a bit,
huh.
right? So like the PR industry, that's kind
Yeah.
of your main forte.
Huh.
That's what you're mainly known for. I'm sure a lot of people who already know you know that you're legit amazing at your PR work.
Thank you.
So how did you actually get into PR? Now I know you said that you got into it from college, but let's say like what were the steps to getting there?
Okay, so PR like not since college, ठीक है, work I like started from college. जो PR वाली चीज है that I got into because I had to promote my first book. ठीक है. So what happened was that when I finally finished my first book, and which is called Psychotic.
Yeah.
ठीक है. So I started reaching out to a lot of like
Publishers.
normal publishers, take care, from Pakistan, and I was not getting a proper response, take care, because they were saying that they would want to focus on the previously published, very acclaimed people, take care, so they cannot like sort of
You're a risk.
and their words, exact words were like, we don't want to waste our time and energy and money on someone that people don't know.
Yeah.
So we'd rather spend our money on people who are already known.
It's
So
easy
that
to market.
yeah, so it kind of made me angry. So a little disappointed, but more angry. So what I did was that I took it on my own that I would promote my book myself. So I started reaching out to a lot of people from the media industry, people like musicians, a lot of musicians, actors, journalists, and such people who were well known in the like social circles and as such. तो उसके बाद इस तरह हुआ कि like since I started sending them the book, and I started receiving reviews and everything with them. So eventually what happened was that I like became friends with most of them. ठीक है. Then I knew the rest of them, like वो फिर like I started meeting them at events as well. So वो it just kind of like वो like kind of added one by one to it started to grow. And the social circle started to grow, and I started getting work because of it. So I decided कि okay, like, and then my book got very good response because of the PR thing.
I think you were ranked highly in Goodreads, right?
Yes. So my book was the first book, na Psychotic. It was the only Pakistani book that got into the semi-finals of the best poetry book wala jo section hai. ठीक है. It was the only Pakistani book in the entire awards wali cheez. And like my book was like it was like a semi-finalist for Goodreads ki best poetry book.
And when did you write the book?
Back in 2017.
Okay, so now going on to the book, right? What is the book about? So you've already said it's a poetry book.
Yeah,
right?
poetry and prose. Yeah.
Okay, so what made you even do that? Because obviously, I'm sure the creative process is like crazy, right? Trying to even come up with that much. So why do it?
So अब यार पता है honestly वो एक वो उर्दू की शायरी वाली टर्म होती है ना कि आमद होती है तो like that then you write. Okay. So
Okay.
it's just like it just comes to you that the way, like, let me just put it,
In
very
English.
frankly to your
Yeah.
privileged white ass. Take it. It, like, when it comes to me, only then I can write it. Take it. So when I, like, then I, like, I compiled it
Yep.
somewhere. Take it.
And how long did the book take?
A lot of time actually. The first book had
Yeah.
the Psychotic actually is a compilation of work spun over 7 years. So it took me a lot of time.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like writing a
No,
book.
because वो पुराना वाला time था ना, because I was
Yeah.
college and work, and then, like, I cannot write if I am in a certain setting. I can only write if something hits me.
Okay, you
ठीक
need
है?
the inspiration.
Exactly. So, like, then finally वो complete होगी, तो फिर then I, like, decided कि अच्छा चलो ठीक है, like, I should do something about it. So I got a lot of appreciation because of Psychotic. It got me into a lot of circles as well. Got me interviews with a lot of different things, like BBC Urdu as well. ठीक है. Then Humans of Pakistan covered it. A lot of people from India, a lot of journalists from India covered it as well. I sold like over 2,000 copies of it worldwide, and I ran out of all the copies that I printed in Pakistan. So basically, तो ये वाली चीज थी.
So you published it independently, yeah?
Yes, I published it independently, and the book was on Amazon.
Right.
I got 500 copies printed in Pakistan,
Right.
and ran out of all of them. So now when anyone asks me, now that I actually can ask people to buy it,
Yeah.
I don't have any copies. So, but I do. I am planning to get it reprinted and launch
Okay.
it with the second book as well.
So okay, so going on to the second book, Invictus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you actually, let's say, start writing it? Because you said that thing took you over 4 years.
Yeah. So Invictus
Yeah.
जो है ना, that took me a lot of time. उसकी reason ये है that okay, so I was so much, like, I was involved with so many things, event management, then PR, then like being an influencer, being like the blogging thing, promoting cafes and such, like normal, like the jobs that I did, that I could not focus on, like, okay, I should write. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
तो उसमें भी वो वाले time पे भी, when I was doing all of those things, when the inspiration would hit me, I would write something down, but I would never compile it because I was busy doing all the other things.
Yeah.
So, like, it took me a lot of time, but yeah, it is finally complete. Then it took me 2 months to compile it.
Right.
Or the book cover is still not done, but the work is at least complete.
Okay, and who's the artist doing the book cover?
Okay, so I've spoken to 3 people.
Okay.
And I cannot name them because I haven't, finalized one.
Right.
So it's still in the process.
Okay.
But they're all good friends of mine, and they're all well-known people.
Yeah, I was gonna say most likely the art that you choose is gonna be pretty cool. I know your taste.
Very dark, very dark.
Yeah,
it's gonna be dark.
So the name Invictus, like, where did that come from?
Okay, so Invictus is actually a very famous poem as well.
Okay.
It is a film. It is a name of a movie as well, and it has nothing to do with, like, my book. Has nothing to do with it, like, any of them except the poem, of course.
Okay.
Invictus is not exactly like it's a word basically, which translates to the unconquered.
Right.
Yes. So it's a Latin word.
Okay.
Which translates to the unconquered.
Okay.
In English.
Right.
So Invictus is actually based on it's based on all the experiences that Psychotic gave me.
Okay.
And the kind of transformation that I went through in the past 3-4 years.
Right.
And the, like, the final piece basically.
And do you mind sharing some of those experiences you went through with Psychotic?
So let me, like, spin it in a different way.
Right.
So Psychotic, basically the first book, it came out of a mind which hadn't experienced a lot of things.
Right.
Be it emotional, physical, career-wise, family-wise, traveling, anything, you name it. Because I was not doing any of these things when I wrote the first book. So Psychotic was, let's say, coming from a mind which hadn't experienced anything. So let's say it was in a box.
Yeah.
So Invictus is a book which is based on liberation.
Right.
So Invictus is the exact opposite, meaning it comes from a mind which has experienced all the things that the previous version of me that had
Yeah.
written Psychotic, वो वाले सारे experiences, now that the version of me that has experienced all of
The
those things.
growth, the
Exactly.
changes.
So that all of that liberation is translated into the work that is in Invictus, basically.
Wow. Okay. So, right, and now you said that it took you 4 years, and I know we've already kind of touched on why it did take you 4 years. But so this is also another poetry book, right? And all your poetry
Yeah.
is in Urdu. So
No, Urdu and English
Urdu and
both. So
English
there are
both. Sorry.
very few Urdu pieces in it because
Okay.
I personally think that I'm not good at Urdu poetry.
Really?
No, I
Okay.
would no.
So you know what the thing about Urdu poetry, right? In my
It
opinion.
needs a lot of like इसमें जो है ना, there are a lot of rules in Urdu and there you have to take care of so many things.
So you know
And
what it always feels like when I hear people like quote Sherry and all this stuff, right?
huh,
It's like they need to use the most complicated words in Urdu, and then combine them
combine them
together.
together.
And now I have to somehow understand it. Now, granted, my Urdu is really, really limited. I have to watch a Bollywood film with
Yeah.
subtitles, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Achha,
And I work
never
in
mind.
Pakistan.
No.
But
Achha, so here is the thing about both the books. ठीक है? So even like Psychotic and Invictus, they both have normal language. ठीक है? Because I wanted to portray exactly what I feel. ठीक है? The way that I feel it. ठीक है? And the way that people would understand it. Because let's be honest, like you reading a story, you will have a different perception of it.
Yeah.
Me reading something, or someone else reading something, everyone has a different perception to anything that they see. And it is
We form our
valid.
own
It is
opinions and
exactly. It
everything,
is
yeah.
valid for movies. It is valid for TV shows, music, anything. Everyone has a different perception of it. So I wanted to not use the gigantic stupid words. ठीक है?
Yeah.
They do seem fancy, ठीक है? But I did not want them to be fancy because I, like if I am reading something of mine, ठीक है, I would want it to portray what I felt.
And you want people to understand
Exactly.
it.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
That way it will go to like it has a broader audience then.
Yeah.
ठीक है? And it's the same with Urdu. The very few Urdu pieces that I've written, they do not have fancy words. ठीक है?
Do you think I'll understand it? You're the ones at least.
I think so. Still
You
doubtful.
really need to test that one out.
I doubt it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say Urdu's not mine.
No. I would always prefer to write in English.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Because I personally feel that I am not as good in Urdu as I am in English.
You can express yourself better in English.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's just something that I feel comfortable in writing. So वो वाली चीज़, it's still there. But abhi, like let's say it's not just the poetry itself. Nah, it has some it has prose as well. It has a few dialogues in it.
Yep.
It has a few stories too. Not like few, like 2, 3, not more. And that's about it.
And do you mind telling us how you got the inspiration for some of them?
Okay, well, a lot of them are very bitter.
Okay.
As in,
yeah, because it's quite a dark book.
Okay, let me just put it that way. If like I was comfortable like telling like showing the first book to my mother, okay, to see if she would read it. Of course she hasn't, because she would rather read something in Urdu. Okay. I would not want my mother to read the second one. Okay. Because again, and it's not because it has a lot of like it has something that she would disapprove of. Of course, parents will always find something that they would disapprove of. The point is that
over the years you've definitely had more experiences, more mature experiences,
and like it will take a lot of time for our society to be okay with a lot of things. Like my second book it has a lot of things addressed which are not commonly discussed. Okay. It has references. It has it is basically, agar main usko like basic like if I could put it very simply, it is dark, it is gore, and it is perverted.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
So all of these things you don't see them, in the same sentence
Yeah.
as parents, basically. Okay.
Yeah. You
So
don't watch Game of Thrones with your mom.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like if nine.
Yeah. Now you got into the live sessions, right? Most people who watch this will and watch Icons
Yes.
as live
Huh.
sessions would know you from knowing all these guys and things. How did you even get into the live sessions to begin with?
Acha. So I, like I am friends with like almost all of them, and I, I was not doing anything about it, basically.
Mm.
So icons, when like like when they asked me to do these live sessions, I they pushed like you like very like I was glad, because it's somehow it like made me realize, okay, like I know all of these people.
Mm.
I should do something about it. I should let like my friends, like let's say my followers, yeah, the people like their followers get known to me, and my followers get, or they already know all of them because they're already famous and they're doing something
Yeah.
great. And plus I wanted to see how they are doing with the quarantine. And plus I miss socializing way too much. Take care.
Yeah.
I miss going out. I miss meeting people. I miss attending like live gigs. I used to go out and just listen to live music all the time, because a lot of my friends were musicians and they would play for me live and I
Mm.
would enjoy it very much. And I just miss that.
Mm.
And because of these live sessions that Icons made me do, I can now, like I like see what they're doing
You can
in their
socialize and
lives.
make it work.
Exactly. I'm basically socializing virtually. So I'm
Yeah.
listening to their music live. Take care. I am interacting with all the people who are, on my social media.
Mm.
And I get to, like have fun
With
by
your
doing it as
mates.
well.
Yeah. Uh, and now, currently, what projects are you working on?
Okay, so Icons actually got me in touch with a lot of the people that I'm doing the live sessions with,
Yeah.
and of course interviewing them for the website as well. So I, like somehow, like the projects that I work with, they fall into place, usually because of the quarantine. So currently, I am handling public relations for an NGO called Human Development Foundation,
Right.
and they have this campaign called "Do Your Part," okay,
Okay.
which was started by me,
Okay.
and it has a lot of celebrities, musicians, and influencers involved in it as well.
And what is a project exactly?
They are raising funds for
Right.
COVID affected people, and they are working in 8 regions of Pakistan. And their focus is on education, health, environment, like basic education as well, like, and all of the other things that
Yeah.
that like a lot of things. Take care,
Okay.
but they wanted to reach out to the people who are on like who use social media a lot.
Yeah.
Take care. So I designed this campaign, Do Your Part, and I started asking people to donate
Mm.
to their organization.
Mm-hmm.
Take they can, like do the Ramzan Zakat wali cheese properly, and the people who are affected by Corona
Yeah.
and who are not earning these days.
Yeah.
So they're like looking at all of these things. So the number is pretty good
Uh-huh.
so far.
Okay.
And I hope like more people get reached out to it too.
Definitely. I
So
mean,
these are the two things apart from the live sessions.
we'll put the details in the description.
Of course, please.
Yeah.
Huh.
So if anybody wants to donate or see what they're doing,
Yes,
they can definitely
yes,
take a
yes.
look at that. Right. And now, all right. So going back to the live sessions, right? What is it that you're actually trying to get out of that? Like, obviously you want to give these guys exposure and things. And one of the things, obviously, that Icons is trying to do is, give a more positive view on the whole celeb life and culture and even influencer culture, right?
Yeah.
Because I think quite often it's very negative,
Negative.
or news as a whole is very negative, right?
Because people like somehow, it's like a lot of a lot of things are negative, but I think with Icons and me doing these live sessions, I always like I ask them how they are doing during the quarantine, because I want them to share their practices of how they are coping. Take care. And how they can, the positive things that they're doing to help them through this time. In that way, I get to learn a lot.
Yep.
and a lot of the people who are watching, they get to learn a lot. They get to discuss a lot of things in the comments, and it's like basically it's not what I'm getting out of it, it's basically what everyone is getting out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, because everyone is frustrated. They are like stuck somewhere, they cannot practice normal things that they used to do, and like I miss it very much.
Yeah.
Take care. So it's basically a way for me to reach out to talk to my friends virtually, talk to these celebrities and people, and show everyone that they are just as frustrated as we are.
Yeah.
And here are the things that they are doing to cope with it. So maybe they can pick out some of the things,
Yeah.
and then maybe
And
like
I-
spread
And I think
do positive things.
right now, definitely it's needed because obviously everyone's going through a lot of hardships right now,
Yeah.
struggling. And one of the things that we all want is some form of escapism,
Yes.
right? Whether we're watching Netflix or we're watching, a lot of content on YouTube. Or in our case, we're trying to provide this content where people are actually just talking about how they're living
Exactly.
right now. People that we normally think have it all perfect.
Yeah.
And now, we need to know that, okay, not everybody is going through this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because not everything is perfect, and even the people that look all fancy in social media, even they have lives, and even they have better experiences. And it's or you take out all the negative part, and you still get out an experience out of a bitter thing, na?
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
even if, let's say, something bad happens to you, you still get an experience out of it.
Yeah, you learn something.
Exactly. So you don't make the same mistake again,
How
or
often
you
does that
try
happen?
or you try to do things differently and expect a different result, but that just makes you crazy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Definition of insanity, innit?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit of insane myself too, but
How
that's
many
not.
times do you end up trying to do the same thing again? More than you can count.
Let's just go back to the next question. Let's just go back to the next question.
Well, the next question, we don't have questions, so we're talking about your insanity.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Go on. All right. So no, seriously though, on a serious note, right? No, because it's an interesting point that you brought up, right? We try to do things differently, right?
Yeah.
Or these bad experiences that we go through, and currently, I think a lot of people are going through a lot of negative and poor experiences. How do we go about, let's say, either changing that, or when we repeat the same thing because we think that we're doing this time we're going to do it properly?
Yeah.
What do you do?
So Adeel, the problem with this is that everyone has a different way of dealing with things. Take it. Everyone has a different coping mechanism. Take it. Now, in ये जो quarantine वाला जो सारा time है, the most common thing that I have seen is that some form of art, be it dancing, be it writing, be it singing, be it painting, anything, sculpturing, whatever it is, take it. It has somehow is channelizing the negative things.
Yeah.
Take it. So the insanity wali cheese is ke if I it's not just about the quarantine. I don't think I would be sane if I did not have the writing capacity in me. So if I couldn't write, I would have probably gone insane.
It's your creative outlet.
Exactly. I have I channelized my depression and anxiety and the anger to the work that I do. And somehow it came out. I would every single time I would write something, I would want it to portray more of the anger, yeah, more of the anxiety, or more of the depression. That I can somehow get it out from myself and pour it
and a
on
lot
the
of
paper.
invictus. That's what
Exactly.
it is. Yeah. Now, with these live sessions, what are the interesting things that people, these celebs have told you that they're doing? What have they done during this time? Maybe as a creative outlet or just a way that they're coping with their time.
Okay, so a lot of these sessions, I think that I've done, most of them were with musicians and a few actors as well. So the very interesting things actually, and not that out of the box. Take care. It's very normal.
Yeah.
Some people have started reading more. Musicians have started to they're trying to finish the previous work that they couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like they're finishing their songs. Take it. The actors are working more on reading their scripts and getting into the phase where they thought that they were lacking. Few people are getting into sculpturing. More people are getting into gardening as well.
So who's been doing the sculpturing?
So I had a session with Fahad Mirza, a very brilliant session with him.
Right.
He is a plastic surgeon and an actor as well.
Yeah, he does everything.
He is a brilliant human being, and he has started doing sculpturing again.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I see on my Instagram that are doing so many amazing things, like photographers are taking creative pictures while staying at home and keeping social distancing in mind. And a lot of writers are actually trying to write about the processes that we're going through. There are more collaborations happening now than they were happening before we got into quarantine.
That's definitely
there are so many ways that people are doing things, and the gardening thing even. Like Abhi, I mentioned HTF na. So they are raising funds for kitchen gardening as well, and they are promoting like the fact that it's not like we like let's be honest, we can like if the खुदा ना खास्ता अगर if increase होता है lockdown, ठीक है, not we cannot like any government or any like person, they cannot like all the time survive on the ration packs, let's say, ठीक है. If it, and trust me, gardening helps you a lot when you have depression.
Yes.
Because I started gardening because of the depression. Take
Alright. What do you grow?
Yeah, okay. So one point at a time. Acha. So the kitchen gardening wali cheese they started, they're giving out like plants or vegetables or is tarah ke seeds around. ठीक है. So people can grow all of these things.
That's
and
really
they did that
interesting,
in like with all their employees as well. And I've seen a lot of influencers do the same thing. I have seen a lot of celebrities focusing on plants and gardening as well. So it's really a matter
very
of
relaxing
outlet, basically.
time. Yeah.
Be it writing, be it gardening, be it any kind of activity. People just want to somehow let that frustration out.
Yeah, and I think in this time, you even if you just got a passing interest in something, I think this is the time that you start trying to figure out, okay, how do I do it better? Let me perfect my craft, because you're not racing against anybody in these days.
Exactly. So you just have that time where you can, focus on, okay, chalo theek hai, that project I was, like holding off because I did not have time, but now I do. So now let's just, sit and do it. And so yes, I have like मेरे घर में एक अमरूद का दरख्त है और there are 4 rose plants और 2 मोतिये के plants हैं छोटे छोटे which are adorable. And when you like जब सैन का दरवाजा खोलते हैं तो like the अभी तो खैर like it's springtime, so the like it's beautiful, the smell is beautiful. And there is a orange plant which has grown itna, and it is adorable, but you can't like touch it because they're like कांटे हैं उसके ऊपर. So you like when you wanna like I would want to like, okay, let me love you because you're beautiful, but it's like no.
But the smell is nice.
Yes,
it's fresh.
It is.
Yeah. So we have a farm, and so on the farm,
really,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we have a farm. We have 2 farms. Katte on one. I don't know what katte are, but that's the type of cow. I know that much. I've not.
It's buffaloes को कहते हैं वो dumb rich white ass.
I've never seen that farm.
Oh my god,
I've never seen it.
It's a Punjabi word for buffaloes.
Is it Punjabi?
Yes.
I didn't know. I've been
like it's not like basic.
I've been thinking it's Urdu.
No, it's not Urdu. It's Punjabi, and like, but not like just Punjabi. Like people in like all the. Yeah, like all of our like rural areas where people do farming, usme this is the word that they use. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then the other has all the other stuff on it, and it like the.
Oh my god! And I'm sure you haven't visited that either.
No, that's one I have visited.
Huh? Because what? You're scared of animals?
No, I'm not scared of animals.
Then why don't you go to the buffalo farm?
It's in Faisalabad.
But Faisalabadis are so funny. Sorry.
I don't know. I've never been. What?
They have the best Gurwali chai ever.
So I haven't traveled around Pakistan much. I only went to Lahore last year for 2 days. That was the first time in 7 years of me being in Pakistan. Yeah, I've still not been to Karachi.
it's मैंने भी तो ज़्यादा travel नहीं किया. I've been to Islamabad में तो मैं रहती हूँ.
Yeah.
I've been to Karachi. I've been to Faisalabad, Lahore, Hunza.
What's your favorite place? Let's say.
नहीं अच्छा so
To
that
view.
उसमें नहीं that I'm not gonna do.
Alright.
I have a lot. I have different set of memories
So-
from all the places.
All right. I'm British, right? Now I come to Pakistan first time. I only have 5 days in Pakistan. Yeah. Where do you tell me to go?
Okay. You first
Including
you,
travel time.
Okay, so you first go to Islamabad. First you land in Islamabad. ठीक है. You straight away go to Hunza.
Okay.
ठीक है. Spend 2 days over there.
Okay.
ठीक है. You come back to Islamabad. You take a train. ठीक है. You go to Lahore. ठीक है. You'll get there in let's say 2-3 hours. 3 hours. ठीक है. Somewhere around that. ठीक है. You spend 1 day in Lahore. ठीक है. There are different places in Lahore that you have to go. ठीक है. Like Androon Lahore, and then the main places that are fancy because
right.
you are British white privilege. ठीक है. So there are places like that. Then you take the train. It will take you straight to Multan. ठीक है. You can spend a day over there, then go straight to Karachi, and then and you just take a flight back to Assam, and then you're done.
From Karachi, yeah.
Yes.
I had
And
to
Karachi is
I had to book
amazing.
separate tickets. Do you know how complicated that is? You just book.
No, it's not complicated.
Oh, I hate booking flights. I had to book my whole family's
You
flights.
just
So
have to
annoying.
book one flight back to Islamabad from Karachi.
Yeah, I know. But...
Baki cheese is on the train. And train is a lot of fun when you travel on train.
So I've never traveled on the train, but I
I
have.
have from Islamabad to Karachi straight, and
Isn't that 24 hours?
That's 23 hours, and we stopped at so many different areas, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah, I've
was
always
really nice.
I've always wanted to sit on a train. I don't know. It just
I
seems,
wrote
like,
a lot
exciting.
when I was on the train.
Yeah.
Because
you got
the
23
experience
hours
was
in it, what you gonna
beautiful. We watched me and my sister. We watched a lot of
You get internet signal there. On the
No, we had
Oh,
like
the
things downloaded. Like we rewatched Friends ki to like thodi si episodes.
train. Yeah. You can
2
watch Friends
movies I
whenever.
think I finished a book. पता नहीं और काफी कुछ किया था.
One thing that I have been surprised with in Pakistan. So in England, I hate the coaches. Like I had to take one coach ride, and I kind of vowed I'm never sitting on a coach again. And then when I was going to Lahore, my cousin was like, "No, just sit on the coaches. They're really nice and all that." And a lot of people say, "Oh, this is really good in Pakistan," and then you sit on it and you're like,
No,
Yeah,
the
but-
train was nice though. Like
That
but
coach-
people are different. People have different opinions. ठीक है.
But the coach, that was amazing. I was shocked. It's like
Green line की बात कर रहे हो?
Festival movers.
मैं ट्रेन की बात कर
Oh,
रही
no, I'm
हूँ.
talking about the coach. Okay, so
यार Bilal Travels ठीक है and Faisal Movers. These are the buses that I take every time I have to go to Lahore, and
Yeah.
I used to go to Lahore all the time.
I
You have
would-
no idea.
I
Like my
literally just want to
friends
go to
literally
Lahore
make fun
again.
of me because they're like इसको लाहौर का आइडिया ना देना. It's literally like बैग इसका पड़ा हुआ होना और उसने कहना चलो. That is how often I would go to Lahore.
Wow.
ठीक
See,
है.
I would literally
And now
go-
I cannot go.
I would literally go to Lahore just because of that coach journey, right? So like, okay, before going onto the coach, I was like, no, I have to stop off at McDonald's. I need my breakfast. McDonald's breakfast is like the best, right? Nobody beats McDonald's for breakfast. Yeah,
आगे.
chicken sausage McMuffin.
आगे.
And so sat on it, right? And then it's like the Wi-Fi was fantastic. I watched UFC live. And I was like, mate, yeah, I didn't even have to.
I have watched more Indian movies in Bilal Travels ki buses than I have when I'm sitting at home. Trust me.
Yeah.
I have watched almost like I have lost count of how many times I went to Lahore
Okay.
on Bilal Travels, but every single time I go, I make sure that I watch an Indian movie because
Business travel or normal?
like business, yeah, executive, like
Yeah,
both,
yeah, yeah.
like almost the
I've
same.
never
Like the couches, the seat is just different.
Okay, I've never
So-
done the other one. I just did the executive one.
How
I
much
think-
was the charges?
I don't know.
Were they 1,000 या 1,400?
It's gonna be
Somewhere.
1,400 then.
हाँ तो वो सबसे अच्छी वाली थी ना फिर.
Okay.
हाँ तो वो they have like nice वो cushion वाली से.
Yeah, and
they're
then
very
and then the
nice.
stop offs. The stopping points, right? Where they start.
भेरा पे रुकते हैं ना.
Oh man, like I was like, if I knew there was a McDonald's here, I wouldn't get my breakfast.
तू रुकते हैं ना भेरा
I
पे.
did. I did.
शुक्र है.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't worry, I got
god.
another McDonald's.
Wow.
Yeah.
नहीं भेरा is amazing. I this one time I ran into two friends from here when I stopped in
Of
भेरा.
course you did, and you know everyone.
It was hilarious. I was like, oh hello, you're also at McDonald's. They were like, Irum, how can you run into someone at Bhera? And I was like, Which please, I ran into someone when I was traveling in Hunza with no internet, no cell phone activity, and no travel plans.
What's the probability of that happening?
I have zero
Well, for you,
idea.
it's high.
I ran into someone without getting it, without being interconnected on my phone. I
So-
ran into someone in Hunza.
How do you run into someone in
I
Hunza?
don't know.
Like in a hotel?
No,
On a mountain?
no. It was Rakaposi viewpoint where people usually stop because
Okay,
they're
right.
either going like zara zyada aage ya phir they're either coming back. So when we stopped there, we were having chai and everything, and suddenly like I ran into a friend and I was like, okay, chalo theek hai, sahi hai.
In other words, Irum knows everyone knows Irum, and she's always gonna end up finding someone she knows wherever she goes.
It is also a bad thing sometimes.
Yes, I can imagine.
It's also a bad thing sometimes because sometimes you're trying to avoid people,
Why would you be trying to avoid people,
Maybe
Irum?
because I don't like them, and I'm very vocal about it. By the way, I am like a very straightforward person, so a lot of people don't like me. Take it, and trust me, a lot of people do not like me at all because
I
like they're
wonder
like,
why.
क्या मसला है इसके साथ? ठीक है?
Yeah.
हाँ, you're one of them because you were annoying Adeel. So basically,
Well, anyways,
anyway.
moral of the story: Irum knows everyone.
And I promoted and I sold my books, and I got famous because of my book because I know a lot of people.
Yeah, so it goes back to you just know everyone in it.
Basically.
Anyways, follow icons_mag on Instagram.
Yes, and my Instagram is going to have details about Invictus soon, I hope, once the cover is made, basically.
And what's your Instagram?
irum.zahra. It's Irum Zahra, and Irum is with an I, please. Thank you very much. And you are going to find more things about icons and the live sessions as well, and the campaign for Human Development Foundation that I'm running. So please go look at my Instagram, please. Thank you.
And icons.pk
Is the website, and
Exactly.
icons_mag is the Instagram handle. So go check it out.
Anything we're forgetting? Maybe not.
Please suggest this topic so I don't have
Yeah.
to talk to him the entire time. Thank you. Bye.
I guess.